finally we were up a little higher, and there was a gas station. It was like midnight by this time, but there was a payphone there, and we're like, all right, we're just going to sleep here tonight. But we all called our spouses to tell them we were okay.
Yeah.
But there was no point. And I think Route 9 was closed. All these roads were closed. So we just slept in the car. We took turns. Frank had a station wagon. I think we'd take turns, stretching out in the back, or we just kept switching around. And then in the morning, the water had receded enough. We drove home. But we were supposed to have a graduation here that morning, and I think by the time I talked to Steve that night, they had already canceled it. But that's our little joke, Frank and Gary,
Yeah.
the night I spent with the Bennett brothers.
Yeah.
Toward the end of it, I was getting tired.
Great guys.
I think that was
It's time. Let's do it.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. 3, 4.
I know, you know what that music, the end of that music means? What does it mean? Woo, exactly, that's what it means. So I am Deborah Leibowitz. I am the provost here at Quinnipiac University, and I am very pleased to declare the 2022 Undergraduate Commencement Exercises for the schools of Business, Communications, and the School of Computing and Engineering officially open. Woo! And I want you guys to know, you just all sat down prematurely. It's okay. There's no test. You're past all of that. But still, sitting doesn't mean that this is a sedentary activity here, right? Right? Come on. Woo! All right. Okay. So please stand for the national anthem to be performed. I know. To be performed by Michaela Norris, a graduate from the class of 2022. Who's handing her the microphone? Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, right? That's just the tip of the iceberg and the talent in this group. All right, you can now be seated. Woo! Congratulations, that was fabulous, Michaela. So I am honored to be here today with you to be celebrating a traditional commencement ceremony outdoors on our beautiful quad. Graduates, this is your day. Woo! I want to take a moment to thank everyone who helped get you here. Just very briefly to say thank you to the faculty, the staff, to the students, your peers who got you here, and to your parents and family and friends who are here supporting you. That's right. It's participatory for you too. Woo! Okay. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the members of our platform party here today, members of our Board of Trustees, and are also our speaker, who you'll meet in a few moments, university administrators, and the deans of the School of Business, Communications, and Computing and Engineering. So it is now my pleasure to present Dr. Judy Olian, the president of Quinnipiac University, who will bring you greetings on behalf of the community.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone, graduates and families, for joining us. I have to say, today is one of my favorite, if not my favorite day of the year. fills us all with tremendous pride and joy because we get to celebrate you, our graduates, and your amazing accomplishments as we mark perhaps the most important milestone in your life so far. I want to welcome our esteemed guest and speaker, the Chief Manufacturing Officer for the state of Connecticut, Paul Lavoie. We're so grateful, Paul, that you joined us today and that you will share your life wisdom and your life story with us. He will be introduced momentarily. I'm now going to turn to the graduates to ask our graduates, you, to give thanks where thanks are due. Please get up, turn around to look at your loved ones, mom, dad, grandma, siblings, friends, and give them a huge round of applause. Yeah. They helped you get here. They were there for you through thick and thin. And I have to say, there were probably a few bumps along the way, even before you got here, but they are with you. I also want to make sure that you give a big shout out to our terrific faculty and staff for all they've done throughout this exceptional journey at QU, the living learning experience during your time here. And I know that many of our faculty and staff will remain your friends and mentors for many years to come, perhaps for the rest of your life. So a big shout out to them, to them too. So now to our graduates. We made it. We made it together. And when I say together, I mean it. You're the class of 2022. This class will always have a special place in my heart because you were my first class. Like most of you, I joined the Quinnipiac community in 2018. Us, you and me, we arrived on campus around the same time over the summer and shared, I'm sure, some feelings of excitement, anticipation, nervousness, optimism, yes, but probably also some hesitancy and anxiety about what's ahead as we found our way within this new community, as we carved out new friendships and peer connections. I remember being greeted at that gate by the public safety officer at the gate who didn't know who I was. He just knew that I drove a car with California plates, so he knew I was a little lost. He then literally walked me to the building I was headed to and proceeded to tell me how wonderful this Bobcat family is, how this would become my family, how it is his family, with his 3 kids having gone to Quinnipiac and who are now Bobcats for life. That was my opening experience, and he was right. The Bobcat family has become my family, my friends. I've since also adopted 2 dogs who are part of the Quinnipiac family, and of course are named Qe, Q-U-E-Y, and Boomer. Yeah. You're a special class, not just because we share the same start date here at QU. You're special because I think you possess a very unique perspective, a set of lived experiences through your college years that very few others have or will have. First, you experienced the traditional college norms as a first-year student, and for most of your sophomore year, that was your experience. But then you had to pivot on a dime with tremendous resiliency to endure a pandemic as you closed out your sophomore year and throughout all of your junior year. And now in this 3rd and final chapter, your senior year, thankfully, with COVID almost gone, we're returning to pretty much normal, and you get to experience the many traditions that graduates enjoy. But I expect that experience of these 3 phases of your time at QU really has had some lasting effects. I'm sure some of which are just becoming real and obvious to you. You learned something that you probably weren't aware of about yourself. You learned that you had the capacity to persevere, to adapt, to be creative in finding new sources of joy and opportunity. Undoubtedly, you got even closer to your friends who lived with you in your dorm, in your suite. You showed compassion in the face of painful losses all around us. And you also came to cherish what we had when things were normal. And now, you'll embark on a new set of ambitions and lead the way in defining what can be as you shape the world, and I know you will. Like all of us, you'll draw upon these past experiences to become even more thoughtful about your own or others' vulnerabilities, while being reminded that ultimately we, and I mean the whole world, we are interconnected and dependent on each other. This is a quote from an unknown author that I like. It says, "Experience is a cruel teacher. It gives us a test before presenting the lesson." Experience is a cruel teacher. It gives us a test before presenting a lesson. You were certainly tested. We all were. But you passed with flying colors, with grace, and with courage. Now I ask that you take those lessons learned during these last 4 years and apply them to your life's work as enlightened global citizens. And there is an urgent need to apply those life lessons today as we watch with deep sadness as a war rages in the Ukraine and as we witness the long and emotional global societal impacts of the pandemic. I have seen you act as incredibly caring members of society through your time at QU. I've watched students speak up and take actions for social justice. I've watched students give back to our neighbors and to local communities, whether dancing your heart out at Q-thon or serving in community projects as part of the big event. I've watched students be an advocate for those in need, such as preparing tax returns for community members through the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, VITA, or inspiring the future generation of female coders by teaching 6th to 12th grade girls how to code. I've been touched by our student athletes who have not just brought pride to us through their wins on the court, on ice, or on the field, but also have been community role models in mentoring young, aspiring athletes, running a toy drive for Smilo's Children's Hospital, and instructing local youth at hockey clinics. As I look out on the quad today, I see future engineers and cybersecurity experts, entrepreneurs and corporate leaders, journalists, filmmakers, and PR and advertising executives, a group of graduates who will achieve change for the better, helping bring new discoveries to life, making them broadly accessible, and improving the quality of life of every person you touch. As I close, I want you to know that as you go out on your life's journey, you will always, always have a home here at QU. We hope that you come back often and stay connected to the university. You are joining an alumni community that is 60,000 strong, and I encourage you to take advantage of that powerful network. All of us at Quinnipiac will follow your path with great interest. We'll unabashedly brag about your successes, and we will beam with pride every time you have impact in your chosen career and in the life you lead. Congratulations to the class of 2022, a class where each of you is a Bobcat for life. You've already made your mark, and we can't wait to see how you're going to continue to change the world.
So I now ask Tom Ellett, Chief Experience Officer here at Quinnipiac, to come forward to introduce our commencement speaker.
Congratulations, graduates. We're very proud of you, and I'm very honored to be introducing your commencement speaker, Paul Lavoie. is the Chief Manufacturing Officer in the state of Connecticut. He was appointed to the position in February by Governor Ned Lamont. In this role, Lavoie is responsible for coordinating state and private sector efforts to expand manufacturing in Connecticut, the only state to have a Chief Manufacturing Officer in the executive branch of government. Lavoie has an extensive industry experience, most recently as General Manager at Carey Manufacturing in Cromwell, and as Vice President of Sales, Marketing, and Human Resources at Eder Engineering in Bristol. He's also a member of the U.S. Senators Chris Murphy's Aerospace and Advanced Manufacturing Advisory Council. Earlier this year, Lavoie was named one of Greater Hartford's top 50 power players by the Hartford Business Journal. Lavoie earned his bachelor's degree in management from Post University. It is my distinct privilege to introduce the commencement speaker today, Paul Lavoie.
Thank you, Dr. Ellett, for that introduction. President Olian, Provost Leibowitz, Dean Rader, Dean Rausch, Interim Dean Byers, faculty, parents, family, and students, congratulations. Graduation day has arrived. The other day, my wife Cindy and I were listening to the radio. The announcer was talking about these uncertain times and the challenges that we face today. My wife looked at me and stated quite eloquently, all times are uncertain. Just look at the past, and clearly we have no idea what's going to happen in the future. She's right. All times are uncertain. And if we look back in history, we'll understand that every time was an uncertain time. In my lifetime, in the 1960s, we had civil unrest, Martin Luther King assassination, the Kennedy assassinations. In the 70s, we had Watergate. President Nixon resigned. We had a recession. In the 80s, we had the AIDS epidemic, the end of the Cold War, and some really bad hairstyles. And in the 90s, it was domestic terrorism, Oklahoma City bombings, the World Trade Center. In the 2000s, America is attacked, and we have the Great Recession of 2007 and 2009. In the 2010, Occupy Wall Street, school shootings, the 2016 election, and in 2020s, the global pandemic. But each uncertain time teaches us lessons, lessons about life, and lessons that can be learned if we are open to learning those lessons. So I ask you, what lessons have you learned from these uncertain times that you've faced over the last 26 months? I had the distinct pleasure to talk to 7 of your peers in preparation for today: Julia, Tyler, Michael, Rachel, Jamie, Hope, and Shelby. I asked them, what lessons did you learn going to school and living through the pandemic? I'd like to share those lessons. Discipline. Michael talked about moving from your normal environment to taking classes from home and how that required a whole new sense of discipline. Focus and a higher level of energy. Rachel talked about how hard it was to stay engaged online and how it required a higher level of energy. Adaptability. Hope told the story of wanting to use Skype for a presentation the week before the pandemic hit because she wasn't feeling well. Her professor wouldn't allow it, said it wasn't an effective way to communicate. Yet 3 weeks later, we were all online. How quickly we can adapt. Strong sense of community. Tyler and Julia talked about expanding your network and becoming more social, the need to build a community, and then thinking differently. Shelby and Jamie talked about the loss of opportunities and having to pivot to new experiences and being more creative. The need to think differently and to adapt. So how about you? Did you learn discipline, focus, adaptability, community, and thinking differently during your experience? Or maybe you learned something else. So how do these lessons translate into your next phase of life? Well, for most of you, your amateur career is over and you're going pro. You're entering the workforce. The workplace has changed dramatically over the last 26 months as well. The rate of change is accelerating. Many businesses were forced to pivot from traditional business models and operations to brand new ways of doing business. Innovation has received a shot in the arm by COVID-19. Adaptability, resiliency, focus, networking, and community all became new tools of the business community as well. The lessons learned during the pandemic are going to serve you well in your career. So today, I really want to share with you this whole concept of learning lessons. Whether you realize it today or not, you've been learning lessons from your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, family members, teachers, and friends. But unless you look deep inside, you may not be aware of these lessons that you've learned. I grew up a short distance from here in Wallingford. We were a lower middle class family. My father worked in a supermarket, my mother was a homemaker. I have an older stepbrother and a younger sister and a younger brother. We had our necessities and we didn't want for much. Our lives were simple. Going to the equivalent of McDonald's on a Friday night was a neighborhood treat. Everything was normal for me until age 13, when my father became permanently disabled and my mother had to go to work to support our family. My older brother was sent to live with my grandparents, and I oversaw taking care of my father and my siblings. Things became tight. When you're not poor and then you become poor, you know the difference. During those years, my mother, out of necessity, grew stronger. She was a very simple person, but she knew the power of positive thinking, and she always encouraged and supported me. She was always teaching me lessons, and now as I look back, I can understand what she taught me. She taught me that I had unlimited potential, that I could achieve anything I set my mind to. She taught me to never give up. Those setbacks are just speed bumps, and you need to keep moving. And she taught me to be kind and generous. The most important lesson she taught me was to be what I wanted to be, and I also was able to learn who and what I didn't want to be. So I'll ask you to reflect on the lessons your parents have taught you. Think about the person that you are today, and think about how their lessons have shaped your lives, shaped your values, shaped your beliefs, and have helped you achieve where you are today. So I'd like to share some of the lessons that I've learned through my career journey. First off, you don't always get to choose your career path. I've worked in the supermarket industry, advertising and marketing, technology, financial services, business consulting, came back to advertising and marketing, manufacturing, and now public service as serving as the Chief Manufacturing Officer for this great state of Connecticut. No one could imagine or design that career path. And it only happened because I kept my mind open for opportunities and I became a lifelong learner. Be a lifelong learner, keep your mind open for opportunities, and you'll be so surprised where life's journey will take you. Step outside your comfort zone. Learning happens when you get outside your comfort zone. You need to become comfortable with being uncomfortable, and you need to trust the process. I tell all people who are starting a new job, in the first 3 to 6 months, you're going to be very uncomfortable. You're going to be learning a new language of the company, new responsibilities, new tasks. Just trust the process and don't be discouraged. One day, it will all come together. It always does. Failure and success are outcomes. They are outcomes of doing something, outcomes of action. If you never want to fail, just don't do anything. You see, the only failure is the failure to try new things. And you will learn more from failure than you will from success. Failure is a much better teacher. But don't dwell on that failure. Recover quickly and move on. Believe in yourself and invest in yourself. The only time earn comes before learn is in the dictionary. You need to continually be learning, growing, accepting new responsibilities. Never say no to your boss. Say, I don't know how to do that, but I'm willing to learn. Be hungry, and most importantly, continue to invest in yourself. Read books, listen to industry podcasts, watch YouTube videos. Life is hard. It is. It's hard. But understand that what comes easy won't last, and what lasts won't come easy. Work hard. At the end of the day, you should be tired. But make sure it's a good tired, not a bad tired. And there's a difference. A good tired means that you worked hard and you did an honest day's work. A bad tired means that you're not in a good working environment and you're not fulfilled. So seek to achieve a good tired at the end of each day. Time is the new currency. Time is an equal opportunity resource. We all have the same amount of time. So I encourage you, don't spend your time. Think of it as investing your time. How are you going to make those investments of your time? And remember, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And finally, kindness and compassion are not signs of weakness. They are pillars of strength. Be kind. Be thoughtful. You only get what you give, so give freely and enjoy the success that will follow. Nobody likes a jerk. And quite frankly, as I look back on my life, all the times I thought it was the end of the world just really never turned out so bad after all. So I'd like to close with a story. My son Evan was studying abroad in England. I was visiting with him, and one night I prepared a nice home-cooked meal for him and his roommates. We began talking about careers and career success, and there were 5 of them sitting around the table. And I told them the 3 C's of success. First, you must be competent. You must know what you're doing, and you must be able to competently perform your job. Second, you must be confident. People are attracted to confidence. And finally, and most importantly, you must be connected. I told them to look around the table, and I said, 10 years from now, someone here at this table is going to help you find a job, help you close a deal, or help you make a connection. And one of the students looked at me and said, well, Mr. Lavoie, that doesn't seem fair. And my reply was, I never said it was fair. I'm just telling you that this is how the world works. So, class of 22, we know you're competent. After all, you and your family just made a significant investment in your competence, as evidenced by your attendance here today. I know you're confident. It was a theme that came up in my discussions with the students, and they expressed how they have all grown confident over the last 4 years. But are you connected? Look at your classmates and make it a point to stay connected. Networking is the way to succeed in your career and in life. To achieve true success, be all 3. Class of 2022, congratulations. It's now your world. Please go forward and be creative, drive innovation, and change the world for the better. We are all counting on you. Graduation is not the end, it's just the beginning. Please enjoy the journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. All right, so you know what this begins, right? What does it begin? The main event. Yeah, that's right. All right, so to start us off and, you're unequal in size across these schools that are here. So I think some of you are going to have to work extra hard at the noise. But it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Holly Rader, Dean of the School of Business, and Nelson Alino, Associate Dean, who will introduce the candidates for degrees in the School of Business.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration from the School of Business please approach the stage? Marshals, please direct the candidates to the platform. Cafe M. Ashpole. Ahed Latif Butt. Louis L. Fiola. Nicole Craw. Nicole Pappas. Amanda Kelly Santos Silva. Melody Marie Wellinger. Nicholas Arca Adams. Ellen G. Adaman. Zain Ahmed. Cameron Gregory Allen. Isabella Rose Whitbread Ali. Kimberly Pamela Alvarez Baquerizo. Cole Thomas Amsterdam. Mauricio Arango. Nicholas Frank Acaroli.
When there's a pink sticker, read the award.
Oh, it's this one?
Yeah.
Oh. Isabella Rose Whitbread Ali is the recipient of the Edward J. Scannell Prize.
And read that one.
And Cafe M. Ashpole is the recipient of the Award for Academic Excellence. Gillian P. Austin. Grace Avasano. Shelby Rose Baker. Anthony Baloga. Gabrielle Siobhan Beckett. Markella Bedleri. Louis Ulysses Benitez. Samantha Maxine Berry. Nicholas A. Biscardi. Felicia Nicole Biscari. James DeForest Bishop. Kelia Y. Bodie. Camden Kenneth Boggio. Catherine Margaret Bonacci. Wyatt R. Bongiovanni. Sarah Rose Bransdorfer. Joseph D. Brain. Joseph D. Brain is the recipient of the Ronald Marangell Award. Joseph D. Brain is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Award for the School of Business. Joseph is accompanied by his parents, Stephen and Michelle Brain. Amanda Brown. Douglas Cranston Brown. Joseph Stephen Bucci. Michael Bucci. Desmond Bradford Borgart. Matthew James Burke. Christiane Carmayo. Christian's parents, Seraphine and Sylvia, will accept this in memorial degree honoring Christian's academic achievement. Julia Grace Cafaro. Jake E. Camara. Dominic Alexander Caniglia. Alexandra Boer. Nina Michelle Camarode. Joseph Caridi. Alexandra Francesca Blanc. Catherine Mary Carney. Dylan Thomas Carafiello. Erica Niam Carey. Anthony Charles Caruso Jr. Kathleen Elizabeth Casey Leonard. Christopher Capozzi. Daniel Frank Carbone. Dante Joseph Cataldo. Gianna Catapano. Stephanie Teresa Catino. Natalie M. Carlson. Natalie M. Carlson is the recipient of the Outstanding Senior Award. Taylor Nicole Katojo. Taylor Nicole Katojo is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Award for the School of Business. Taylor is accompanied by her parents, Ed and Ann Katajo. Richard James Celucci. Julia Rose Chase. Amanda Darcy Chazan. Darius Terrell Chester. Gerard Raymond Ciccia. William Warren Salvadon. Joseph Anthony Cipollone. Ryan Richard Clements. Tristan Chamois. Marco S. Cohen. Dominica Cocu. Giovanni Colatruglio. Gabriela Marie Colica. Julia Marie Colica. Christina Piera Coletti. Paige Marie Coley. Gia Lee Condon. Hunter Robert Conte. Joseph M. Cotona. Kyle Robert Cox. Joseph Thomas Krakowiak. Joseph Gregory Crean. Megan Elizabeth Coonan. Liam James Cunningham. Megan Jane Curello. Quinn Matthew Dalai. Giuliano John De Amelio. Colby Darden. Cameron James Davion. Clark Bridges Davis. Anthony William de Blasio. John Edward Deco. Armani De Leon. Cassandra Joanne Delfini. William Edward De Palma. John Michael De Lucia. Mary Denardo, Dominic Chen Denuccio, Alexis Pauline DeSantis, Veronica Diaz de Souza, Nathan Rene Desroberts, Julian David DeStefan, Terrain Delia Diaz, Anthony James Di Martino, William Thomas Di Matteo, James Michael Di Mola, Nicholas Joseph Di Muscio, Jacqueline Rose Di Stefano, Nicole Catherine Donnelly, Madison Kimberly Dube, Miriam Yasmin Dubiasan, Michaela Hope Dugan, Dijon DeRoot, Rian N. Duverger, Evan James Astor, George Lambert Egan, Rami El Wakil, John Erazo, Brandon Henry Falcone, McKellan Francis Faut, Jessica Ann Ferriolo. Jessica Ann Ferriolo is the recipient of the Entrepreneurship Student Achievement Award. Zachary Edward Fierstein, Orlandre Friend. Orlandre Friend is the recipient of the Finance Department Outstanding Senior Award. Ciro Michael Anthony Finelli, Joshua L. Fisher Parsley, Sean Hunter Fishman, Georgia Leah Fitzsimmons, Matthew Randall Flint, Thomas Franco, John Angelo Frasco, Emily Olivia Funk. Emily Olivia Funk is the recipient of the Outstanding Student Affairs Leadership Award. Christina Duro Falgal, Ethan Richard Ganzer, Caroline Joanne Gone, Brandon James Gary, Sydney Alexis Jerry, William Allen George, Ria Josh, Jack Gianantonio, Anthony John Giglia, Noah Saul Gilbert, Mark Anthony Guides, Marco Gini, Mae Francis Gleason, Jessica Rose Griffith, Corey Michael Golden, Jessica Evelise Gonzalez, Laya Gopal, Cody Simra Greenway, Alexander Joseph Goetin, Ryan Edward Guterres, Megan Ann Hayes. Megan is the recipient of the Belize Macmullen Leadership Award. Matthew Herbert, Glendon Hall, Jessica Moulton Harley, Caitlin Alisa Hall-Lauren, Colleen Denise Hanlon, James Patrick Hanlon. Courtney Elizabeth Hanuler. Jason B. Harper. Brian William Hassett. Matthew Howlett. Lauren Brianna Hayes. Jordan Catherine Hedge. Ryan L. Heng. Derek Hernandez. Gabrielle J. Hatchell. Jeffrey Stott Hill. Allison Marie Horman. Allison is the recipient of the Business Analytics Outstanding Senior Award. Jessica Rose Rabovecki. Nicole Elizabeth Iaquinto. Megan Elizabeth Iloff. Joseph Christopher Arizo. Emily Josephine Jackson. Manavi Jane. Connor James Jacoby. Rose Angelica Ashley Jianlu. Julia Jennings. Asia Ali Johnson. Marcus Gregory Johnston. Dylan Thomas Jones. Danielle M. Kagan. Michael Kagan. Emily M. Kassar. Emily is the recipient of the Biomedical Marketing Department Student Achievement Award. Emily is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Awards for the School of Business. Emily is accompanied by her mother, Karen, and brother, Greg Kassar. Celine Hannah Cade. John H. Kearney. Ryan P. Kelly. Max Kingman. Nicholas Peter Klump. Remy Ivan Coughlin. Brandon John Kolb. David Joseph Kolesa. Robert Koslowski. Jessica V. Coate. Dimitra Rose Kolaski Farm. Patrick James Kramer. Hunter Tanner Krasno. Brennan P. Krikorian. Evan Martin Krishnamurti. Daniel Richard Kuna. Daniel is the recipient of the Bruce Saunier Computer Information Systems Outstanding Senior Award. Kyle William Korilov. Joseph G. Lacasse. John A. Lasava. Kevin Vincent Laeta. Thomas Joseph Lamentino. Corey Robert Larkin. Nathan Sebastian Latina. Christopher John Lauria. Bruno J. Leal. Jaden Ronald Lee. Sean Francis Leggett. Bryce Michael Lerner. Kelly Ann Mullin Lepeur. Darby Lee Lillibridge. Jason Patrick Lisk. Brianna Logracio. Brock Joseph Lombardi. Ryan Cashel Long, Benjamin Joseph Lo Russo, Gianna M. Louisa, T. Agan Rose Lynch, Justine P. Maestoso, Brandon Robert Lodge, Leo Kraus Mahafe, Samir Mahmoud, Francis G. Malaban, Niana G. Malroy, Michael Gregory Mangino, Nicholas Antonio Margiota, Robert William Markman, Alexa Martinovich, Blake Charles Victor Matthews, Alexa Maurice, Shumrai Grace Mwera, Emma Catherine McCarthy, Christopher John McGee, Brendan Maguire, Elizabeth Lowe McGran, Emily Alexandra McEntire, John Paul Meehan, Kyle Stewart Mills, Olivia Anna Messina, Alexander Joab Gregory Mikulak, Matthew Miller, Benjamin Allen Minkin, Andre Charles Metrano, Joseph Michael Mon, Maximilian Oscar Thomas Montgomery, Aaron Morris, Stephanie Jane Moreau, Barry Nicole Muslowis, Eva Francesca Monroe, Bryce Liam Murray, Kailin Nicole Murray. Kailin is the recipient of the International Business Award. Kailin is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Awards for the School of Business. Kailin is accompanied by her parents, Bruce and Kelly Murray. George K. Nakho, Ritvik Rajesh Nambea, Austin Louis Neal, Jack William Niari, thank you, Serenity Noel Northrop, Skylar Nowicki, Alexia Novello, Anna Isabel Oliveira, Paul Joseph O'Neill, Daniel Joseph Opisi, Jennifer Rose O'Reilly, Olivia Grace Osteen, Ryan Vaughn Olette, Tyler Arthouse, Charlene Leigh Pacheco, Savannah Shirley Page, Ariana Marie Palagruto, Allison Pan, Tyler John Park, Nora F. Parks, John Daniel Patalano, Morgan Alexandra Paul, Lucas Pecora, Colin James Pedersen, Erica Nicole Pelletier, Prima Pelliciotta, Jamie Jenny Parfito, Derek Perron, Carissa Rose Perron, Alexis Catherine Petrowski, Sean Thomas Fondresha, Jacob Robert Pike, Stephen Michael Piscatelli, Lucky Reynolds Platt, Hannah Mary Lifka, Josiah Harden Police, Karina Andrea Popoli Sarat, Carly Veronica Potter, Thomas James Potway, Chase Nelson Powell, Michael Anthony Powell, Taylor David Prowse, Gianni Uzella, Isabella Ratze, Faith Ramadan, I said Ramos, Kevin John Ransom, Michael Redican, Griffin Alexander Reed, Carlos Ignacio Regora Amalda, Sonny November Rifkin, Taryn Danielle Rockford, Catherine Mary Rodeka, Chodor Rogu, Michael G. Rutt, Anthony Roti, Dylan P. Ruseki, Kathleen Roney, Tess Elizabeth Rose. Tess Elizabeth Rose is the recipient of the Edward J. Scannell Prize. Natasha Saavedra Perez, Kelly Chioke Sakode. Kelly is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Awards for the School of Business. Kelly is accompanied by her mother, Joy Way, and Uncle Brian Shue. Mallory Elizabeth Sanderson, Melinda Farr Sampet, Melissa Rose Santucci, Ariana Sarchis, Brianna N. Sargent, Brianna N. Sargent, Alicia Shue, Brian Lawson Chick, Jill Marie Schleer, Marcelo Ciarino, Rima Shah, Christian Joseph Schofer, Aaron M. Schlosser, Ian Arthur Sharpie, Courtney Elizabeth Schroeder, Rebecca Holly Schwartz, Colin Ray Cinto, Christopher Fickers, Kevin Vincent Sheridan, Jacob M. Simon, Rachel Sin, Brandon Wesley Seater, David Edward Sloan, Erin Natalie Smith, Jacob M. Snow, Matthew Anthony Subon, Rosario Spano, Abigail Catherine Spellman, Hannah Elizabeth Stevens, Zachary Thomas Stephen, Andre Stoppenjack, Madison Emma Stout, Julia A. Stracodiano, Alexander Stramford, Ryan J. Tangue, Nicholas Tavanis, Katie M. Tejada Coleto, Adam Tinek, Lena Nicole Tester, Laura Lynn Thomas, Matthew David Toledo, Gabriela Marie Thomas, Marcela Rose Torello, Julia E. Treiga, Nicholas David Vale Lancott, Jason A. Vent, Alex Van Bell, Fokwan Wahid, Veronica Van Shettin, Scott Walter Van Den Assem, Gus Van Ness, Oriak Villa Rossex, Nicholas John Violeto, Christina Rose Vitale, Gabriela Mary Vitelli, Dominic James Vitiello, Juliana Christine Vidi, Alina Olivia Waldron, Benjamin Reid Walker, Matthew Anthony Walsh, Henry Carl Frederick Wegard, Eliza Whitty, Emily Kristen Wilkinson, Zachary John Wilkinson, Andy Ray Williams, Brittany Victoria Wilson, Cameron James Wilson, Jonah Bay Wilson, Ryan Mackenzie Windmiller, Griffin Wove, David Henry Yadeni, Olga Zampati, Julia Marie Zaniboni, Alexandra Mary Zaremba, Joseph Otavio Zarazano, Samantha Elizabeth Zebek, Cameron David Zegzidre, Daniela Maria Zekanovic, Danielle Isabella Zerbo, Matthew Nicholas Zerekonski, Brian Anthony Zegohofer, Gillian Camille Scott, I will now read names of those candidates participating virtually. Brittany Lynn Barney, Sarah Lynn Boringer, Shane Patrick Bonds, Camila De Dios, William Fostrom, Sarah Foley, Margaret Gile, Toby Lane Ladd, Christine Lastomeski, John Michael Matinoa, Susan McKellar, Mitchell Fallin, Michelle L. Raffles, Mary Rier, Lisa M. Rogers, Nelson Ugochukwu Alino Jr., Christopher L. Appel, Caroline Asare, Anthony Francis Battaglia, Skylar Ron Bryn Armour, Nicholas Christopher Broad, Liam Estado Kaplan, Kevin Andre Cabano, Elizabeth Mary Carroll, Maria Celentano, Julian Checo, Corinne Morgan Clark, Brendan Michael Corrin, Sophie Maria Davison, Ethan Wyatt DeHorn, Amalia Fernandez Fontoera, Thomas Jeffrey Fessini, Erica Page Fester, Kyle Gillis Finch, Noah Saul Gilbert, Andrew Peter Gishondi, Vincent Michael Greco, Samantha Gian Hartman, Tyler J. Harder, Gregory Ameti, Emma Michael Judd, Ariane Candid, Ethan Russell Kurtz, Michael Cohen, Cameron Noah Kadowski, Ryan Kozira, Samuel Robert LaChance, David Russell Lang, Sawyer Jacob Malkin, Delane Miller, Elizabeth Moorcraft, Brian Joseph Murphy, Connor Richard Murphy, Sarah M. Amos, Jennifer Rose O'Reilly, Kiara Joyce Patterson, Leanne Rose Aquino Peralta, Dylan Posesta, Amadeo Robert Rodriguez, Gabriel Romano, Isabel Grace Romano, Thomas James Salter, Alicia Shue, Akil Sehal, Nina Simpson, Sarah Snyder, Sophia Caroline Spencer, Peter Spoto, John Peter Tufts, Dylan Gervasio Webb, Jacob Colin Wingington, Nicholas James Yulo.
I'll do my part from here for a second.
I ask the candidates for the degree in the Bachelor's of Business Administration to please rise. Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you from the School of Business candidates for the degree of the Bachelor of Business Administration.
Thank you, Dean Rader. By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Yay.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration from the School of Business please approach the stage? They were the first ones. No science? Okay. Marshals, please direct the candidates to the platform.
This is the Bachelor of Science. You did. All right, we're going to pause for 1 second. We need a medic on the where? Over there. You see where they're waving? Jeez. I'm going to just... Okay. All right. Person is okay being attended to. So we're going to go back. You can sit down. All right. So it is now my pleasure to begin. Now a little bit of competition here to start with the School of Communications. Oh, smaller but mighty. Woo! It is my privilege to introduce Chris Rausch, Dean of the School of Communications, who will introduce the candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts from the School of Communications please approach the stage? Marshals, please direct the candidates to the platform. Rachel Beth Aaron. William James Abbott. Gabriela Suarez Alvarez. Gabriela is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Media Studies. Alec R. Amarata. Sean Alexander Baker. Ryan Everett Berry. Jordan Robert Bennett. Hannah Abigail Burkle. Alexa Elizabeth Berkowitz. Jessica Dale Bisher. Benjamin Michael Black. Abigail Lily Blackmore. Justin Alec Blicht. Katrina Anjani Bode. Grace Emma Boyle. Nia Emily Brassadefaro. Gabrielle Elizabeth Brailovsky. Isabel Sophia Bressman. Toyloy Evans Brown III. Toyloy is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement Award. Sydney Nicole Burke. Karina Marie Kamey. Dominic Anthony Corella. Talia Rose Castonguay. Talia is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Film, Television, and Media Arts BFA. Zachary Kyle Cavosi. Alexis Cervantes. Megan Catherine Chulo. Lauren Avon Clemens. Nicole R. Clemens. Corey Malik Conley. Christopher Michael Conte. Ryan Gerard Coop. Jaleel Amir Coverdale. Ryan Joseph Crowley. Xavier Christopher Cullen. Juliana Daddio. Lily Christine Davidson. Lily is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and Alumni Association Academic Achievement Award. She is accompanied by her parents, Christopher and Marilyn. Caitlin Tess Dawsey. Caitlin is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Award. She is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Advertising and Integrated Communications. She is accompanied by her parents, Tom and Kim Dawley. William T. Dean. William is the recipient of the Cardinal Joseph Bernardine Distinguished Service Award. William Evan Dublis. Alina Nicole Deloise. Francesca DiCaterini. Kaylee Ann Dillon. Dominique Marie Dorenzo. Rajan Michael Deering. Rajan is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Public Relations and the H. Pierce Family Community Leadership Award. Zinab Rosana Dore. Ryan Vincent Duddy. Dina A. Dupree. Aiden Matthew Elgrobly. Noah Ethan Epstein. Alexander Daniel Ederman. Caitlin Nicole Fremilo. Nicholas David Federico. Rachel Feliciano. Erin Grace Fennell. Nicholas W. Ferlito. Rihanna Karina Ferrara. Andrew Christian Finrow Jr. Alexa Marley Fishman. Shannon Rose Flaherty. Shannon is the recipient of the Outstanding Senior Award. Emily Jean Flamme. Kaylee Marie Flynn. Megan Alexis Fonseca. Amani Zion Free. Samantha Aaron Galicki. Jody Marie Gallinger. Jack Michael Gannon. William Scott Gavin. Lindsay Claire Geisler. Dimitri John George. Serena Marie Gesualdo. Isabella Louise Giozzi. Lexi Ann Grace Glenn Busy. Glenna Teresa Gobiel. Jennifer Sharon Green. Kenneth Grunfelder. Margaret Ann Guerin. Blake Guerrero. Skylar Elizabeth Haynes. Christian M. Harrington. Lachlan Peter Harvey. Sophie Elizabeth Hayes. Vera Francesca Helene. Christopher Thomas Higgins. McLean Duke Hirschbull. Mark John Halushko. Carolyn Elizabeth Howlett. Faith Elizabeth Hudson. Matthew Ryan Jurancic. Kylie Marie Jenkins. Samantha Kaplan. Robin Carmela Karushik. Lily Catherine Keefe. Allison Kimberly Kelleher. Juliana Rose Kessel. Elias Clay King. David Michael Klopfer. Olivia Daisy Knight. William Montgomery Knox. Gabriella Catherine Kudus. Ariana Phelan Lineri. Connor James Lawless. Sarah Lefkowitz. Vanessa Nicole Limbo. Andre Hunter Leo. Elisa Rose Leone. Elaine Joyce Lewis. Joseph Frank Lagrippo. Paul Aubrey Logue. Spencer Eli Long. Apollonia Longo. Victoria Ann Lorenz. Victoria is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Award. She is accompanied by her mother, Beth. Liliana Grace Lucchesi. Mark Philip Lucevero. Sydney Ann Lunder. Kelly A. Lyon. Kelly is the recipient of the Senior Leadership Award in Public Relations. Robert William Lyon III. Jackson, Maine. Lauren Francis Malinchini. Andrew Joseph Marchito. Adam Seth Margolis. John Anthony Marcotte. Nicholas Julian Martin. Alyssa Nicole Mangone. Alexandra Mary Catherine Masterkova. Kellen Lorraine McCormick. Michael Edward McGurran. Ross W. Meglin. Sydney Danielle Minchell. Jonathan Tyler Mendez. Alicia Messina. Zoe A. Metzner. Matthew R. Miller. Riley Jason Millette. Danielle Jo Manella. Catherine Layton Moan. Chatwan Monken. Chatwan is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Journalism. Kira Elizabeth Moose. Nicole Mormando. Liana Amber Nella. Cameron Lee Newcomb. Michaela R. Norris. Suzette Elizabeth Marie Olison. Kayleen Rose Ozonic. Austin Taylor Popola. Ashley J. Pelletier. Carlos J. Peraza Calderon. Amanda Sky Perlin. Summer Rose Parada. Matthew Richard Petrillo. Zachary Paul Payev. Brandy Marie Panette. Callie Rose Purdue. Caitlin Grace Riley. Jacob Daniel Resnick. Kyle Patrick Reynolds. Dalton Robert Rice. Tomas Valor Rodina. Cheyenne Ray Ryder. Grace Camden Soblick. Brendan Gregory Sampson. Ellis Charles Santoro. Christian Alvaro Santos. Nicolette Schuyler Shear. William Thomas Schillinger. Frank Sickle Scott V. Cameron Sell. Ashley Asika Shankar. Ava Halstead Williams. Cooper John Shea. Madeline Jacqueline Shellard. Michael Aiden Sicoli. Julia Beth Simon. Samantha Nicole Simon. Owen Nizuma Sindorf. Rebecca Mary Skinner. Christina Page Stagg. Samantha J. Steinberg. Ryan Jake Struble. Patrick Michael Sullivan. John E. Surratt. Blaze Gerard Tambori. Cassandra Rose Thacker. Tyler Theodore Toledo. Luca Triant. Amanda Elizabeth Tafrilo. Victoria Francis Tuttle. Benjamin Edgar Upson. John Peter Uricchio. Jacqueline Grace Fagnon. Brian Valdez. Taylor Morgan Wade. Catherine R. Weber. Andrew Frank Wheeler. Jacob Ryan Williams. Corey LaShawn Wyndham. Corey is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Graphic and Interactive Design. Elizabetta Min Young. Corinne Angela Zastinchik. I will now announce the names of the candidates participating virtually. Nathan Charles Obashan. Marjorie Fernandez. Robert M. Fritz. Derek M. Goldrick. Allison Kimberly Kelleher. Eric Charles Lazor. Gabrielle Elisa Light. Andrew Marshall. Natalie Elise McGlowan. Reese Mintelply. Ashley Marine Nally Nagel. Gianna Nicole Petrocelli. Abigail Rose Rica. Nina Simpson. Kaylee Susan Smith. Madam President, I have the honor to present from the School of Communications the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts. No, that's next.
Could we have everyone who is receiving the Bachelor of Arts stand up, please? That's it. Thank you, Dean Rausch. By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, everyone. Great job. Great job.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts from the School of Communications please approach the stage? Marshals, please direct the candidates to the platform. Riley Parrish Allen. Alicia Lorraine Brancato. C. Kevin Copeland. Christine DeGioia. Hey, I met your dad earlier. Caitlin E. Fisher. Benjamin Craig Labadia. Benjamin is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Film, Television, and Media Arts, BFA. Jamie Nicole Manley. Joseph Frank Ordonez. Aaron Justin Roberts. Kanayo Chuku Umelo. Ramirio Vargas. Alessandra Isabella Verone. I will now read the names of the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts participating virtually. Isabel G. Nahar. Will the candidates please rise for the Bachelor of Fine Arts from the School of Communications? Madam President, I have the honor to present from the School of Communications candidates for the degree Bachelor of Fine Arts.
by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, everyone.
All right, so give it up for the School of Communications. All right, you guys in computing and engineering have a tough crowd to follow, but I think you can do it. Yeah. There we go. It is my privilege to introduce Dr. Lynn Byers, Dean of the School of Computing and Engineering, and Corey Cassatt, Associate Dean, who will introduce the School of Computing and Engineering candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts from the School of Computing and Engineering please approach the stage. Marshals, please direct the candidates to the platform. Christian Kolayetsi. Christian Anthony Cooper. Jenna Saleh. I will now read the names of those candidates participating virtually. Pavel Aragon. Connor Martin Smith. Connor is the recipient of the Alfred P. Stironet Memorial Prize and the Outstanding Achievement in Computer Science Bachelor of Arts.
Okay, let's stay here. That's great.
I ask the candidates to rise.
They're here.
They're there. Oh. Madam President, I have the honor to present from the School of Computing and Engineering candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts.
Thank you, Dean Byers. By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science from the School of Computing and Engineering please approach the stage? Marshals, please direct the candidates to the platform. Stephanie Elizabeth Apau. Stephanie Apau is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Industrial Engineering. And Stephanie Apau is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award in the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Awards School of Computing and Engineering. And Stephanie is accompanied by her parents, Andrew and Sang. Lauren Alexis Atkinson. Daniela Jane Balsano. Jillian Carol Behrens. Connor Besserell. Eugenio Joseph Buccini. Sean D. Badowski. Ryan Philip Burns. Timothy John Carta Jr. Donald Elisha Claude. Robert Joseph Cross. Samuel Adam DeLille. Michael Raymond Delzio. Luke Christopher De Silva. Harrison Alexander Durst. Harrison Alexander Dewhurst is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Mechanical Engineering. Harrison Dominique. Zachary Ryan Fellows. Christopher Joseph Flannery. Jocelyn Marie Gallo. Amanda Gill. Liliana Eva Gisela Gomez. Victoria Marianne Gorski. Gina M. Greco. Ryan Michael Hayes. Edmund G. Holman Jr. Dylan N. Irwin. Ryan P. Johnson. Carolyn Elizabeth Kachmar. Carolyn Elizabeth Kachmar is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science. Hope C. Kavulich. Hinok A. Kitzella. Zachary Robert Manabat. Ashley M. Mills. Dominique Madison Minerva. Caitlin Mines. Cyrus Hussein Movasagi. John George Murray IV. Zachary M. Mikitu. Michael Robert Newman. Michael is the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement in Civil Engineering and the Outstanding Senior Award. Dylan J. Nguyen. William Kenneth Nokar. Nikolai Alexander Orekov. Joe Peck. Grant A. Phillip. Zachariah David Pollack. Riley William Pop. Stephen Porobia. Charles Joseph Rashansky. Charles is the recipient of the President's Scholarship Award and the Alumni Association Academic Achievement Award, School of Computing and Engineering. Charles is accompanied by his parents, John and Debbie Rashansky. Aaron Elizabeth Schuler. Peter Joseph Skibbin. Kyle Richard Somoji. Colin Robert Stevenson. Emily Elizabeth Strauss. Ryan Christopher Sullivan. Anthony Alexander Tapia. Emily A. Tardif. Rachel Michelle Vonzwell. Scott Garrett Wilcox. Zachary Joseph Gerard Souza. Jack Zemlanicki. I will now read the names of those joining us virtually. Henry Ward Carucci. Isaac James Crawford. Kenneth Angel Espinal. Mary Kate Farazin. Alexander Mitchell Fraser. Stephen Charles Gomez. Joel Rodriguez Gonsalves. Thomas Ryan Gadassi. Stephen Robert Ippolito. Sajel Christy Mammon. Aiden Valen Mariappa. Colin Taylor McNeil. Justin Wallace Pronesti. Jonathan Ramanand. Michael Anthony Ruoco. Paolo Antonio Rebello Suarez. Nicholas Vartan Tukmanian. Nicholas David Vasquez. Evan Peter Wilkinson. And Julia Rose Wilkinson.
Well, that was awesome. I ask the candidates to rise. Madam President, I have the honor to present from the School of Computing and Engineering candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science.
Thank you, Dean Byers. By the power vested in me, by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, everyone.
All right, let's hear it for the graduates. Woo! I am pleased to introduce our student speaker representing the School of Business, Giovanni Colatruglio. Giovanni is a biomedical marketing graduate from Millburn, New Jersey.
I'll try and bring the thunder without the rain here. Before I begin, on behalf of the entire School of Business, we send our sincere thank you to President Olian, Provost Leibowitz, Dean Rader, and the rest of the staff and faculty who have all contributed to the process of shaping us as young professionals. Additionally, I believe I speak for everyone here when I say thank you to all the wonderful family and members and friends supporting us on this wonderful day. You guys have been our backbones, and I guess we don't need you anymore. No, I'm kidding. We truly do appreciate everything you do, so thank you. Heroes give us hope. They give us someone to chase, they embody our aspirations, and they are the reason why we continue to develop ourselves. If I can get a raise of hands, who here has a hero? Now, for a moment, I'd like you to forget about that person and instead create an image of yourself in 10 years and position them as your hero. Who are they? Are they excelling in a dream job? Are they a better mother, father, a better friend, or family member? Now that you have that image, let's imagine the failures your heroes had to endure to become who they are. I assume you expected this speech to be about all of our success or exciting memories, and although that's great, if we want to one day become our heroes, we need to fully understand the true roots of their success. Heroes fail. They fail time after time, but it is how they fail forward which creates the legacies that they leave. This concept of failing forward, to me, is a lifestyle. It allows you to take control of the uncontrollable and consciously shed light on weakness so you may forge them into strengths. Let's think back to the schools we failed to get into, the friendships we failed at, the jobs we failed to get, or even the times we failed at driving into campus without a parking pass. Guilty. These moments do not define us nor our trajectory. I firmly believe that in life we are defined not by how many times we choose to get knocked down, but it is instead how many times we choose to get back up and regain our focus. Whether we realize it or not, Quinnipiac has been 4 long years of sharpening that focus, and the fact that you are listening to this speech right now is validation that you have become your freshman year's hero. So let's give a quick round of applause to that. Fear, in its textbook definition, is defined as an unpleasant, strong emotion caused by the anticipation or awareness of danger. This may resonate with a few of you, but fear for me was going to college, and the anticipated danger was debt, anxiety, possible regret. However, what I realized was that I could not let these anticipations dictate where I would take my life. Oh, good save there. The relationships we've created with each other, the professional growth we've obtained, and the maturity we've developed does not exist without Quinnipiac. The environment that was once uncomfortable and unclear has essentially come to cultivate who we are as people. In what seemed to be an eternity, we all have finally taken the awaited journey across this stage, and now that we are on the other side, it is a guarantee we will incur challenges that place us in uncomfortable situations. Although it is without a doubt everyone here has built the talent needed to succeed, one question still remains. Do you have the guts to fail? Growth is not found by remaining within the confines of our familiar safe havens, but instead, growth is only found at the brink of defeat. It's found by applying to jobs you don't think you qualify for. It's found by presenting your idea to a CEO. It's found in a place where you're surrounded by people who are smarter than you. And it's found right here in this building at 1 a.m. with a topic you cannot seem to understand. But it is within these places of fear and failure that end up providing those keystone moments where that unexplainable feeling comes over us, telling us to go that extra step, give a little more, desire improvement. That feeling, that's growth. Class of 2022, I leave you with this. When we fail forward, doors become open. When we fail forward, arguments become relationships. When we fail forward, impossible becomes possible. And when we fail forward, well, the heroes we first imagined finally become our reality. Thank you, Quinnipiac.
Thank you, Giovanni. Woo! All right, next I invite forward, and I'm pleased to introduce our student speaker from the School of Communications, Lachie Harvey. Lachie is a 3+1 media studies student and a now graduate coming to us from Auckland, New Zealand.
Good afternoon, parents, staff, family, and to my fellow class of 2022. I am here to do 3 things. I am here to reflect a little, I am here to give some encouragement, and I am here to say some thank yous. First step is reflection. It seems insane to be reflecting already. It seems like just yesterday I got off the plane from New Zealand. I remember walking through those pillars right over there, walking across this quad and taking my seat in the gym to start orientation. I remember all the little tapping feet of people nervous to begin their college life. I remember day 1, moving in, meeting my roommates, my neighbors, and my friends. I remember taking my first stroll down Bobcat Way for my first ever class. Then someone ramped up the speed a few notches, and now here I am looking at 3 long years of memories. And man, were some of those memories fun. All those late night trips to the Rat, all the rowdy memories in the dorms, and all the time learning stuff in between. It wasn't all fun, that's for sure. I thought the Com 101's bucket list was going to be the death of me when I was a freshman. Then things actually got hairy. First came the 6-month pit stop at home at the start of 2020, which I think we can all refer to as the mandatory family time semester. This wasn't helped by the time difference, which had me getting up at 3 a.m. for French classes. Fast forward a few months, my return to campus sophomore year brought me nerve damage in my back, brought me a panic attack from my 40-hour transit time, and it brought me a laundry list of other issues. And I know for a fact I'm not the only one who didn't have it all easy. College really gave me a run for my money. But I made it, and so did every single one of you sat out here in front of me today. We did it. So what now? I'll bet every single one of you sat out here right now running that same question. What now? Well, the world's a scary place. A lot happens in a day. People succeed, people fail, people do everything in between. People also give up. Every day, people wake up in the morning and decide that their dream can't be a reality. That they can't create the most recognizable ad campaign on the planet, that they can't be Apple's new social media manager, they can't be the world's most ingenuitive director, the next big talk show host, or the greatest visual designer on the planet. I urge each and every one of you, do not do this. Don't give up on your journey now. Whether that means sticking it out for a year or two to finish your graduate degree, taking the big step and moving away from home, which I can tell you from personal experience, good decision. Or whether it means the little step of just starting to look for your job in your industry. No matter how big, no matter how small, just keep moving forward. I promise you, you will reap the rewards just like you have today. This brings me to my final stop, the thank yous. I'm a huge believer in the gratitude attitude, and I would be remiss if I didn't do my best to try and say as many thank yous as I can manage. First, to the professors and the staff here. You make this place go round. The wisdom that you have imparted upon us is truly invaluable. To the families with us today, and for those who couldn't make it for whatever reason it may be, you're the ones that keep the cogs turning behind the scenes. Our journeys wouldn't be possible without you. To you, Mum, you were the only one who had faith in me to get here. I thank you very much. Finally, to the classmates, the teammates, the roommates, and just the regular mates, I say to you this. Go get drunk tonight.
Oh, thank you. All right, that's hard to follow. But I feel confident that our final student speaker from the School of Computing and Engineering, Lauren Atkinson, is going to give it a run for her money. All right. She is a computer science graduate from Rosedale, New York.
Wow. I won't lie to you guys. I had sound check yesterday, and I saw how nerve-wracking this would be, but now there's people in the chairs, so. All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Quinnipiac University. I would first like to thank President Olian, Quinnipiac distinguished faculty and staff, and of course, my fellow graduates for the opportunity to address you all this afternoon. This is a lot of pressure, and Google told me that a speech has to be funny or moving or inspirational, so hopefully I can get this right. I spent some time thinking about what I would stand before you all and say, and I figured the best way is to start at the beginning of this crazy journey, and I will try my hardest to keep it quick. We were all excited at the idea of getting away from our homes, making our own decisions, figuring out what our going out versus studying schedule would be, and ultimately deciding how we were going to spend the next 4 years of our lives. All excited and anxious to set our own rules and to ultimately become adults. QU granted us that freedom, and reality quickly set in that this freedom was not going to be all sunshine and flowers. Even though we had campus events to go to almost every night, hey Shannon, I see you somewhere in there, hey girl. We had we had good but sometimes questionable food. We learned all about the academic expectations as we entered into the big leagues, and we realized college was not like how we saw it in the movies or how we saw it in TV shows. I don't know about you guys, but my first thought was, they have to be kidding. I'm supposed to do a group project with students that I just met 20 minutes ago. I immediately called my mother. On the other hand, we found our communities, we found our friends. Some even got their floaties out and went for a swim down Bobcat Way. And to what seemed most important at the time, we got to get away from our parents. Well, maybe for you guys. My parents pop up at Quinnipiac every couple of weekends or so to check in. Sophomore year rolled around, and we thought we finally got the hang of this whole college thing, and I had finally figured out how to study. We experienced a historic pandemic, and we were sent home to become frenemies with Zoom. What an interesting time, but at least we got some home-cooked meals, we slept in our own beds, and we didn't have to struggle to find parking in Northwot. A year later, we were welcomed back to campus and introduced to new rules and protocols that would shape the rest of our university experience. I am proud of all of us for sticking through it, and that goes to students, faculty, administration, all of us. We all rose to the occasion, and especially to the School of Computing and Engineering faculty, you all did your best to continue providing us with a world-class, well-rounded education. It wasn't easy for that, and we, the graduating class, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for pushing us to be the best version of ourselves and for holding us to high standards. Whether we failed a test, didn't get the internship or job that we wanted, or flopped on 1 or 2 technical interviews, thank you for continuing to push us forward and for never allowing us to settle. Also, thanks to my academic advisor for having snacks. After all 4 years, always having snacks in your office. Parents, loved ones, and to all the people that got us here today, thank you. Thank you for your patience, your support, your guidance throughout this entire journey. We are leaving a place where we are within walking distance of our friends, saying goodbye to a place where we spent years making memories and building friendships. We're celebrating moments of success meant to trip into the New Haven nightlife scene, or during the difficult times we can find our people who we know would sit with us as you ramble on what happened this time. We may have racked up some, maybe a lot, of debt along the way, but it was all worth it. Today, this moment, the pride on the faces of our loved ones and the anticipation of what's to come as we step into real adulthood makes it worth it. Guys, we graduated. Yes! All right. And before I let the festivities continue, to my fellow graduates, I am proud of every single one of you guys. I may not know you, but I'm proud of you. And I wish you nothing but continued success. We are each about to embark on a new journey as you redefine what our new norm will be and ultimately what that will look like. And let me leave you with this. When things go different than you had planned, surround yourself with people who you know will love and accept you through the failure and the imperfections. Believe in yourself. You got this. We've been equipped to be successful wherever we go. So if we can make it here at Quinnipiac, we can for sure make it anywhere. Thank you. Let's go.
Thank you, Lauren. All right, well, it is now my privilege to introduce Gina Doherty, who is the president of our Alumni Association Board and a member of the class of 1994.
I ask all the graduates to please rise. It is my honor to stand before you as a member of the class of 1994 and as the president of the Alumni Association Board. I invite you to move your tassel to the left of your cap. Yeah. This simple act signifies your transition from student to alumnus and in the continuation of your unique, meaningful, and lifelong relationship with Quinnipiac. I'm especially pleased to have you all as fellow alumni. You are a Bobcat for life. Congratulations.
All right, so as we conclude today's ceremony, our graduates, let's hear that for the graduates, are going to recess to my left. We ask that our guests wait for a minute and let them process and can follow them out that way. Make your way back to your vehicles, take photos on Bobcat Way. And on behalf of President Olean, the Board of Trustees, the deans, the faculty, and the staff of Quinnipiac University, I again offer my congratulations to the class of 2022. Please stand for the recessional.